Good morning and welcome to Uncle Creed's Hotspot. I'm Uncle Creed, and let's just say France looked like world beaters in Boston yesterday. The great Mbappe bounced a shot off the crossbar at the 20-second mark, as in 20 seconds into the game. His teammate Dembele pulled off a hat-trick in less than a half hour of gameplay, getting his first goal at 5 and his third at 29, and a feat I don't think I've seen before, and I don't think it's ever happened that quickly. France cruised 4-1 and headed to the tournament looking very much like in championship form. But first, we have to talk about the wild ending of Iran and Egypt and the heartbreaking goal that was called back at the end of the game. Let's get into all this and so much more on Uncle Creed's Hotspot. What an absolute heartbreaker for Iran. They scored the go-ahead goal in the 95th minute, only for it to be disallowed, not for handball, as I thought and as the announcers thought, but for about being 3 inches of a foot for being offside. And yes, that is offside, but seriously, it can be the cruelest of games, and this was the cruelest of endings for Iranian fans. I have to say, Mo Salah from Egypt has had an incredible World Cup, and Egypt withstood a withering Iranian attack in the final 2 minutes, including bouncing one off the crossbar in the final moments of the game. Iran has picked up 3 points this cup with 3 draws on the back of their goalkeeper, who had a phenomenal cup. While Belgium and Egypt move on in the group, and Iran and New Zealand unfortunately go home in Group G. I keep saying it, but I'll say it again. This is why you watch these games. Even the ones you're not particularly interested in, and I was not that interested in this one, even though there were implications. But what an absolute thriller. I'm so happy I tuned in to the very end of it. Norway's manager made the strange decision to sit all of his starters, including the great Erling Haalaand, and Norway's players and fans paid the price. Norway was tied at the top of the table with France and proceeded to get blown out on global television in a game that was over 20 minutes after it started. It's a manager's right to do that, and it's a legitimate strategy. The USA started 9 new people in their loss to Turkey last night, or night before last, but when a player on your side is healthy and one of the top 5 strikers in the world, it's a shame that fans don't get to see him play, and that Norway and its people didn't get to see him put their best foot forward, because they could have won the group. There's a strategy there, I'm sure, but I don't get it. Keep in mind, Norway is a dark horse to compete for this title this year, and they're not just an also-ran, so it's just a very strange decision, especially in light of numerous Game 3 upsets already that snatched momentum from the likes of Germany and the United States. Not to mention Haalaand is in the running for the Golden Boot with the 4-goal start he had in the first 2 group matches. Only Messi has more goals with 5. France picked up a beautiful header from Dewey in the 95th minute to make it 4-1. It was his first ever World Cup goal, so congrats to him and congrats to France for winning the group. Senegal started the scoring early and often against Iraq in a 5-0 sleeper. I keep these types of games recorded because I don't have time to watch them all right now, but I go back when their games aren't on during the day to catch up. So there you go. New Zealand's never won a World Cup game, and they didn't get any closer in their third and final World Cup 2026 campaign. Belgium was disappointing in this cup, but redeemed themselves in this fun-to-watch, high-scoring affair where the hapless Kiwis were well out of their element. 5-0, Belgium moves on. Cape Verde made a name for themselves this year, like Iran, on the back of their amazing goalkeeper, who himself has made a name for himself and had an incredible tournament. The Saudis host the cup for some reason in 2034, another World Cup in the desert, which is a horrible idea. And at the end of the day, they will go down as the 48th best team at this year's World Cup. Fair is fair. I'd rather be 48th at the World Cup and not get a goal rather than be Italy, who is sitting at home for their 3rd consecutive World Cup. Again, let's digest this. There are teams who have been coming to the World Cup for decades who have never moved on. Cape Verde, island nation, 500,000 people, Africa, first World Cup, 3 points. They're going to the next round. Congratulations, Cape Verde, and congratulations to their goalkeeper. Now let's look at the fixtures for today, June 27th, 2026 at this year's World Cup. It is beautiful all across North America, so it should be some great weather for today. 2 o'clock, we have Panama and England, which I'll be watching. That game's in New Jersey. Expect a big game from England's Harry Kane, the wonderful striker. Now that the Ghanaian witch doctor has released him from the curse put on him in the last game, leading him to scoring no goals, in England having a miserable day. In Boston, even Dubliners shut the bar down when they were there so their fans couldn't get a decent European drink. I'm picking England to win 3-0 in this one, and they'll keep on moving on. Go England. I want them to make it to at least the quarterfinals. Also at 2 o'clock, Ghana and Croatia play, and if the England-Panama game is dull or a blowout, I'll be switching over to this one, as it should be a gem, and Ghana always shows up for the World Cup. Ghana need only to draw to likely move on, where at a minimum, Croatia needs a draw to stay alive, and they really need a win. I'm picking Ghana to win this one outright and send Croatia home. At 7 o'clock tonight, we have Colombia and Portugal. Ronaldo for Portugal and James Rodriguez, Gold Boot winner from 2014, who is likely at his last World Cup. And I'd like to see him get at least a goal, but he's been quiet, I'm not going to lie. Likely Portugal wins 3-2 and expect Ronaldo to have a huge day. He loves making a mark when other stars are on the field, and he knows the world is watching. Also at 7, we have Congo and Uzbekistan, a game I have no prediction or opinion about, but I am still recording for a rainy day, my friends. Finally tonight in the late session, we have the great Messi in Argentina facing Jordan in Dallas on Fox and Telemundo. Messi will go for a hat trick if he plays, and I expect Argentina to roll big 5-0 over Jordan. Our other late game is Austria and Algeria, another game I don't have very much interest in, but we'll save for a rainy day. So this list of who's in, who's out, and who's on the bubble comes from a mixture of Al Jazeera Sports and ESPN. Who's in? They show Mexico, USA, Germany, Argentina, France, Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, Ghana, Colombia, and Belgium and Egypt. Then who's out? Definitely, we have Czechia, Qatar, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Uruguay, Jordan, and Panama and New Zealand. And then permutations, who can still qualify? Group J, defending champions Argentina are through. The last automatic qualification and runner-up spot will be decided by tiebreakers in the draws for Austria and Algeria. Group K, all 4 teams enter the final day alive. Colombia has advanced. Portugal advances with the winner a draw. Uzbekistan and Congo can both still advance if they win, depending on the scenarios. And finally, in Group L, 3 teams are vying for the automatic round of 32 spots. England advances with the winner a draw. Croatia needs points in their clash against Ghana, while Ghana has already secured advancement. So let's look around X, see what's going on there. The next thing I'm working on is actually clipping these tweets so I can show them on the screen. It's time consuming, it's tedious, but obviously it's a lot better. But for now, I'm still just reading them. I hope to have that accomplished at some point this week. I'm still looking for background music as well. So those of you who have been following along on the little adventure here, that's what I'm up to right now. The music is taking a lot longer. It's a lot harder to find the music I'm looking for than I was expecting. So anyway, though, first, Elsa from Sweden. Yes, she's from Sweden. I talk about her every day because she's beautiful. Elsa tweets, okay, this is crazy now. She's referring to Vilmore TV show on HBO. She was featured on there last night with her tweet that I talked about her second day here when she said, why did no one tell me ranch sauce is like crack? So there you go. Congratulations, Elsa. You are now a household name in the United States of America among the progressive folk in the country who love watching Bill Maher. So there you go. Next one comes from Show. That's at show_unsub. Random observations from a European in America. AC is man's greatest creation, and he ain't wrong. You can get pretty much anything you need on Amazon and have it delivered in a day or two, and he ain't wrong. Biscuits and gravy is definitely not what you think. I have no idea what they think biscuits and gravy would be, but I know gravy is different depending on what country you're in. Or at least on The Sopranos, they call ragu gravy, or they call gravy ragu, one or the other. Anyway, back to this guy. Trucks are everywhere, and they are massive. Hot dogs are made of beef here. No, some of them. Pharmaceutical ads are weird. Yes, they are. And we're trying to get them banned from television because they're awful. All their snacks have Flamin' Hot varieties for some reason, and they're all bad. This dude gets roasted in the comments about calling Flamin' Hot stuff bad. I live in Oklahoma, which is Native America, and I have many Native friends, and Natives love Flamin' Hot Cheetos like nothing you have ever seen. That's not a stereotype. It's a fact among the Natives that I know. It's funny. They make fun of themselves for it. And yeah, it's absolutely hysterical. So, Flamin' Hot. Back to this guy, this European. People in general seem happier and more positive here. Bar tabs are dangerous and we can't be trusted with them. I haven't drank in 6 months and I'm so glad I haven't. I have not spent so much money because of bar tabs. So that's awesome. Good for him. This one's from America Memed. I love how Bass Pro Shop became the universal souvenir for America. It's a picture of a bunch of Euros shooting guns at Bass Pro Shop, or gaming guns at Bass Pro Shop. Nancy H _60 tweets, the Scottish have found Texas, y'all, and they ain't leaving. Who knew the Highlands had a little bit of the Lone Star State at home? From bagpipes to boots, this crossover is everything. What's your favorite Texas-Scottish mashup? Drop it below. People from Scotland have always reminded me more of people from Missouri and Arkansas. That's not a stereotype, and it's not even bad. I love northern Missouri and northern Arkansas and southern Missouri. It's one of the most beautiful parts of the country. Very Scottish influence there. Thanks for watching episode 17. I'm Uncle Creede, and I keep it upbeat with my own fresh daily take on the 2026 World Cup. I love the game, and I've been following international football since '99. But don't get me wrong, I never played, I never coached, I never roughed, so don't mistake me for an expert, and do not use any of my advice to wager on games. I do this for fun, and I don't pay attention to gambling lines, and I don't care about your fantasy crap. USA, well, we lost on Thursday. It still burns, I'm not going to lie. I dreamed about it last night. France looked great yesterday. Plenty of goals through the game to celebrate. Plenty of stars playing today. This is my 17th video in 17 days. And this is my first YouTube channel, so thank you for visiting my baptism by fire into the world of YouTube. Watching and supporting my channel, I do appreciate it. I'm going to be traveling the next few weeks, so the backgrounds are going to change. I should be at a nice hotel, so you'll see a lot less clutter. You're still going to get a daily World Cup update, review, preview every morning through July 19th. On the weekends, they've been getting a little closer to noon, but typically I try to have them done by 9 o'clock. I try to have them up and ready for you by 9 o'clock in the morning during the week. Hopefully a little bit earlier the next couple of weekends, but still Saturday and Sunday probably closer to noon. Anyway, drop a comment. Let me know what you think of yesterday's games. Let me know what you think of my channel. Let me know what you like or don't like or whatever. Down in the details, I've got a bunch of links. I also have bookmarks, so you can skip around the video to the parts that you think you'd be interested in. My name is Uncle Creede. This is Uncle Creed's Hotspot. I hope you're enjoying the World Cup this year. I hope I've gotten you into it if you've never watched the World Cup before. It's the funnest time you can have watching a television, folks. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Happy days.